So I'm going up the stairs and I'm like tripping a little bit. I hear downstairs and I was like, Ted? And I'm like, ignore it, keep going. I got under the covers and I woke up the next day and there was very clear evidence I had thrown up. I'm sitting here silently. This is a shockingly silent room, by the way. It's like, it's spooky in here.
Really?
And then you're working on the cameras over here trying to set this up. You're mumbling to yourself. Maya's putting on her sweater. She's like singing little songs. She's like,
Ted, this is not how the beginning of our episodes start.
Really? Sorry.
Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About It.
I just feel like I had some things I needed to get off my
He also
chest.
has to talk on the dog.
Now you can speak.
Oh, now I can speak. Should I say everything I just said again?
No. You already said it.
Okay. You guys are really stressing me out. I mean, I think it's partly because you're just both, you're both strong women and that, that upsets me. And
that's fair.
Based. Wow. All right, guys. We have Ted Nivison here with us today. We are, in fact, the same height, as you can tell.
Indeed. I'm the same exact height.
And we also have Swift here today, and Ted hates him. You want to start off there?
Okay, yeah. Well, because I pride myself on being liked by animals.
Okay.
And so I did everything in my power to make sure that I saw Swift, looked a little bit scared. I don't know if there's some violence at home, but that's neither here nor there.
He was already mogging you though.
Well, I mean, he was more. I think he wasn't mogging me as much as he was cowering. And so I put my hand out. He licked it a couple times. I was like, okay, we're on good terms. And then I asked later, hey, is this good that I'm getting some licks here? And then all of a sudden, a wave of treacherous smell came over me like a tsunami, crashed into my home, and killed my whole family. And I started taking poison damage, like I ate some rotten chicken in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And so that dog's dangerous. That dog's like a Dark Souls boss.
He has bad breath.
It's nasty. It's worse than bad breath. It's like SpongeBob when he ate that big sandwich.
He has a new hobby, which is eating cat poop. He loves it.
Where's he finding it?
The litter box.
He looked at you and was like, "You're really gonna air this out in front of everyone right now?"
He gets it from the litter box. It's his new thing. It's actually really fucking annoying.
Oh my god, yeah, that's treacherous.
And he has liver problems. And
probably because of the cat poop.
No, they were before. The liver problems were before. That's why his breath stinks worse. But then since his liver problems are so bad, we can't get his teeth professionally cleaned.
Oh.
And he's falling apart. But we love him.
Jeez.
Good old bag of bones, my little guy. Yeah, he looks cute.
It's weird because he looks young too.
Yeah, he does.
He looks young, but he's rotting on the inside, huh?
Well, he's perfect though. So
no, he's doing good.
Yeah, he's perfect.
He's fine. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
What is that? Like, what's going on?
That's my non-alcoholic aperitif Gia.
Yeah,
that I'm not even.
He's not sponsored. We asked all of our guests for their favorite drink.
Yeah.
And I brought 2 versions of yours, Ted.
Yeah, this is like the regular, I think.
This is the fancy aperitif.
Is that what's in here?
What is aperitif?
It's in the aperitif glass, you idiot. Okay. You stupid dum-dum.
What is aperitif?
Wow. And welcome to Wine About It. Thank you so much for having me.
Idiot. Welcome to being a man on Wine About It.
Yeah, wait. Am I the first man? Say
no.
Yes.
Ever, yes.
Should we try these?
What is aperitif?
Okay. First of all,
this is my third time asking, so I think that it's fair that I'm upset that nobody's answering my question.
And I feel like I deserve not to be yelled at.
Thank you. These glasses are really cute.
They are really
killed
cool.
that.
I thought they were Ted vibes.
Aperitif, I don't really actually know, but it feels really important when I say it. So
you don't know what it is?
It's for after your meal. It helps you digest.
Huh.
Wait, no, that's a digestif. Aperitif is with your appetizers.
This is something that I discovered at a restaurant when I was going through a period where I was like, I'm not going to drink alcohol. I'm going to try to find other things. And there was this non-alcoholic option, and I was like, I'll try it. It's more that flavor. And I loved it. And then I bought a bunch for my home. They're kind of expensive, though.
Yeah. He did spoil himself today.
Yeah. But I bought like a 12-pack of them or something.
It's like $60 for a 12-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like $60 for a 12-pack of them.
Oh my god. It is like a can?
Yeah, but it's nice because it's like, should we just try it? Should we
try
it?
Okay, cheers. Welcome to Wine About It.
Here we go. So this one isn't as good.
No, that's...
Ew, Ted.
Okay, I wasn't subscribing to this one.
He wasn't. I got this one because I thought he might like it.
Yeah, that one isn't. Well,
What is it?
It's bitter.
It's like
okay.
pomegranate.
They make
but
it
like
with a bunch of natural
bitter.
shit. Let's see what's in the back. Let's see what's inside.
It could be a mixer. It might not be an aperitif.
Ew.
That
So
might
it's
have been
got
my fault.
water as the main ingredient. That's pretty
Huge.
good sign. White grape juice from concentrate, yuzu
Can't
juice,
taste that.
plum juice,
Can't taste that.
lemon balm extract, elderflower extract, gentian root extract, date concentrate, acacia
It's the
fruit and
gentian
vegetable
root.
juice for color, rhubarb root extract, potassium, something for preservation, orange extract, ginger extract, rosemary extract. So there's like nothing like really super shitty in it.
Right.
But this one right here.
This is the one
good
you stand
flav.
by.
This is the good
Okay.
flav. This is the money maker.
This is the spritzer.
Yeah, this is the ginger flavored one
Ginger flavored one.
that I actually like. This one a
See,
lot.
it smells the same as the other one, which really scares me.
Okay, well you just got to trust me because this one's good, and if you don't like it, then there's something wrong with you.
Well, Ted, it's not very
so
good.
Bitter, Ted.
What are we talking about here?
This is good. It's the rosemary, I think, that bothers me too. It's really strong.
Ted, you know what it's giving?
It's giving good.
It's
giving
giving
tasty.
white rich man.
Whoa.
That's what it's giving.
Wait, that's Ted.
I know, but I don't know. I'm here for your intervention. I don't know if you want to do that.
So
it.
this is like one of those things where it's like I get a message and I'm like, "What sort of drink would you like to have on set?" And I didn't. And when I said that, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's so kind, so thoughtful.
Okay.
I'll put in something that I like." Because I thought about doing, maybe a more regular option, but I thought I would speak for my soul.
Okay.
And so I was like, Gia specifically, the ginger flavored one. I didn't think that I'd be getting, roasted.
You wouldn't be getting roasted if it was good.
This is
Yeah.
good.
It's a problem.
You have this over ice? It's
If it
good.
was, here's the thing. If
We
I was
don't
at a
have ice
restaurant
budget.
and I spent like $15 on it and it came over ice, I'd probably be like, yeah, this is good.
No, you'd be Delulu.
No, this
But
is
that's what I'm
good.
saying. I
This
think that's
is
what would push
good.
me that way.
This is good. We're enjoying this.
Okay, well, you have a lot that you can drink. You can take all that home.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay, good.
And so,
Yeah, good. It tastes
Okay.
like dandelions.
It tastes like rosemary.
No.
this has a ginger thing. And trust me, I've had a stomachache or two in the past, and I was like, whoa, I have a ginger drink.
Well,
I
yeah.
drink this, solves the whole
That's
problem.
science.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of like vegetables.
Don't
and
say
stuff
it's
in
good
this.
for you. It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It's good for you.
It's not.
If you've got something wrong, you should give this to Swift. You should put this in a bowl for Swift. He'll lick that up. He'll
He wouldn't like it.
it'll cure his cancer.
He doesn't
He doesn't
have
have
cancer.
cancer.
Don't put that on him.
I mean,
You take it back.
he's got something wrong.
If he's got something wrong, you've got something wrong, idiot.
Ted has cancer.
I do. I'm not peeing right now.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Does it look like this?
One time I had pee that
Sometimes.
looked like that. For real.
Really?
Yeah. It was a really bad UTI. It was so bad.
So I had a pee issue, and I thought it was like a UTI, and I was like, "How do I get a UTI as a dude?" Apparently,
You
it's
can
possible.
get one. Yeah.
But
I can find a
turns out it
picture of
wasn't.
it.
I did go to the urgent care, and I was like, "Is this a UTI?" And they were like, "No, it's not." But
What is it?
it remains to be seen. But it's one of those things where
Oh.
it might be something with my liver or something. I don't know.
What?
I haven't figured it out. But it's like a thing where, you know how when you have a UTI, it's like if you don't drink enough water, then you feel like you really need to pee, but then you pee nothing.
Yeah.
I'm getting that. But it's not a UTI because I got tested for that. And I got tested for everything else that could be possibly a problem down there under the sun.
And they said no.
Yeah. So it was like no fucking. No,
But
none
wouldn't
of
your
the-
liver levels or kidney levels be off if it was something there?
They were saying it was like they were like, okay, you're not getting UTI stuff or the leukocytes or whatever. What do you look
I
up?
was looking for a picture of my pee when it was that color, and I searched color of my pee in my messages, and I
That's
sent it
crazy.
to 3 people.
Do we
One of
have-
them was
can we
Connor
see
eats
it?
pants.
One of them was Connor eats pants.
Well, Connor is a scientist, so that
and
makes
Connor's
sense.
pee's been weird before too.
Has it
Wait,
really?
Why is
Yeah,
that in
he
here?
went to the
Where is
hospital.
picture of my pee?
I feel like Connor's always going to the hospital.
Connor is always going to the hospital. Mostly because I'm hitting him with my car.
See, that's my pee.
That's blood in there.
It
Isn't that
literally
crazy?
looks like this drink.
That is
Yeah, see, it
a
looks like
na-
Gia.
that
I
is
don't like it.
that is a nasty UTI.
Yeah,
that's like
it hurt really
that's on
bad.
site. Like you give that to someone, you pee in the cup, and they're like, "Yeah, no, that's a UTI."
So your pee looks normal?
Looks normal, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it looked normal, but there was a period where it was like it was smelling weird at one point too, and I was like, "What's up with that?" It was like all the stuff where you're like, "This is probably UTI," but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were like, "Oh, you got to go to the primary care doctor and then take these tests and then get like a fucking go to a urologist or something. I haven't done any of that.
Boring. I went to the neighbor, got some sounding done. You'll be fixed.
Yeah, it might clear out everything going on in there. It might make the tunnels a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think would happen.
Yeah, but someday I'll figure it out. But I think that this is curing me right now because I'm not having any problems right now.
So, are you a sober boy right now, or?
I feel like the older I get, the less I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like everybody.
I just don't care
Well, it's
anymore.
not everybody. I take it back. But I think that's normal.
It's not Bam Margera.
I'm also not one of those people that like
He's sick.
has to drink at the end of the day, like has a beer, like, oh, you had a big day.
I
have
love
a
having a beer at the end of the day.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's her pick-me thing.
It is
We
my
both
pick-me
have one.
thing.
Really?
But
What
Cutie's
beer?
pick-me thing.
What beer?
I like IPAs, which also is a worse
Dude,
pick-me
that's
thing.
you are like
But-
digging a pick me hole.
I know.
I like
But
it.
I
You're one of
don't-
the
I
first
don't-
boys that knew what pick-me was.
I don't drink an IPA at the end of the day because that's like they're too heavy. Like, I like a Blue Moon at the end of the day
Okay.
with an orange slice.
That's fun. I like
Oh,
that.
it's so good. They're really
This
good.
is so there's a whimsy to this that maybe
Little.
I think people would the first thought is, for the lesser minds they'll be like, oh, you're a pick me. Some lesser minds are saying that.
I say it every day of my life.
Cutie likes whiskey neat.
I got a pretty
Really?
big one. Yeah, I do.
Like Hosier?
Yeah, I'm just like him. I like my whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, but I like this. I mean, it's one of those things where you put this over ice or whatever and maybe in a fancy glass like this, and it's like it's something you can sip. It's not
There's
like,
something about a fancy glass.
I mean, I just, there is something about a fancy glass, and I just can't, I'm not going to order like, oh, give me a liquid death,
Yeah, okay.
unless they're sponsoring me
Right.
or this podcast,
No.
in which
No.
case I love liquid death.
But I have had liquid death before, and it's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Yeah, I mean, it's water. It's wonderful.
But you're saying you just want something special.
Yeah, this is fun to sip, and it's got some flavors to it, and it's like, I don't know, it's good. I just do genuinely like this. Like I would take one of those cans, put it over some ice, and I would sip it, and I would enjoy myself.
I
And
could see it being good mixed with
I'm
Sprite.
like, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what's funny though?
Huh.
Is that even though it's a non-alcoholic aperitif, it's a fantastic mixer.
I believe that.
You put this with some tequila.
Ew. Tequila's not for me.
I'm just striking
You
out
are
with you this
striking
whole
out.
time.
I can't
Yeah,
do
sorry.
tequila.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me feel yucky. I have trauma though.
Yeah. I feel like
Tequila
everyone's
trauma.
got one alcohol
Tequila
trauma.
makes me get naked.
Tequila makes her take her clothes off.
Okay.
Ooh. Crazy.
Yeah. What's your trauma alcohol? So yours is tequila. You both are tequila,
Yeah.
really?
What's
I
yours?
didn't have tequila until I was in like college, or like just wasn't.
Well, I
something
didn't
that was-
drink until I was.
I didn't drink until I was
college,
21 because
Oh.
it's illegal.
Right.
bad
no,
for my
I
brain.
think I drank for the first time when I was 16.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, cool kid.
What are they gonna arrest me now?
Were you cool in high school?
No.
Yeah.
No.
believe that.
No.
Yeah.
I was a gamer. I was a gamer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You seem like a band kid.
Well, I was a
or
chorus
like
kid.
theater.
I was a theater kid and I was a chorus kid.
Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
No, but my was vodka, but not like all.
What
vodka.
had happened?
Not all vodka. It was a plastic handle of
Oh, no.
raspberry Rubinov.
No.
What is raspberry Rubinov?
It's my trauma, first of all, and it's it's just like a raspberry flavored vodka, like shitty vodka, like
Not the plastic bottle, dude.
like
It's
Did
just
an
$10.
adult buy it for you?
I don't know where it came from. It was like my friend down the street was having like a little campfire, and I went over there, and it was like literally like sit around the campfire, pass around a handle, and just take slugs from the handle, not even real like, and your kidney's so young at that point, you doesn't even know what it's dealing with,
I used to do that with whipped cream vodka around the campfire.
Oh my God. Whipped cream vodka seems like a for sure trauma.
Yeah. Well,
Trauma
no,
alcohol.
actually, it was fine. I mean, it gave me really bad hangovers, but it never gave me trauma.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, so I got really drunk and then I walked back to my parents' house and I decided I knew I was really drunk and I was like, I got to figure out how to just get to bed.
Right. They can't
So
see
I decided
me.
to go through the front door, which is crazy
Smart,
because
play it cool.
that wasn't like the door anyone used. Like it was always the side door that you would use to get in the house.
Oh, that's crazy.
So me
then.
opening up the front door was like, my thought was like, oh, straight line. because it was
Right.
like after the front door, it's the upstairs, and then I
Right.
get to my room. But I didn't consider how suspicious the action of opening the front door was.
Yeah.
So I'm going up the stairs, and I'm like tripping a little bit. I hear
Oh,
downstairs,
God.
and I was like, Ted? And I'm like, ignore it. Keep going. Once I get in the bed, I'm technically safe. It's like running away from a monster or something.
No. Oh no.
And
Kids, if you're out there and you're drunk, act normal.
yeah, I got under the covers, and I woke up the next
Drink
day, and there
water.
was very clear evidence I had thrown up in my sleep. And my mom's
Oh
like,
my God, you almost died.
No, I sleep on my side. I'm a side
Okay,
sleeper.
okay.
And my mom was standing at the door, and she was like, "So," and I was like, but my parents are cool,
Okay.
so like, and it was one of those things where I was feeling the regret through a hangover, and also knew I had kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really ever drank intensely for maybe a couple weeks.
Thank God that changed.
What did your mom say to you?
I don't know. I think it was just like, I think it was more like I kind of led the conversation. I was like, listen, I know. And she was like, yeah, you did. It was kind of like she knew.
Yeah.
I knew I had fucked up, and she knew that. And then it was like, I don't know. I think, yeah, no, I don't think I really drank like that until I was like 18 or something like that.
Is that the drunkest you've ever been?
It was the first time I had been drunk to the level of like, it was the first time I'd ever like gotten close to like throw up drunk kind of thing. So it was a new thing. Like I hadn't, you'd had a beer or something like that and whatever. But yeah.
What's the drunkest you've ever been?
The drunkest I've ever been. I don't know really, because, every time is just the drunkest I've ever been,
Right, it's like the furthest I've ever stepped.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, for me, I'm weird because I don't think I really like, I don't like ever like blackout.
I've never blacked out either.
Because
But she loves it.
I do not. I
well,
hate
you
it.
seem
It's
like
her
the kind
hobby.
of person.
What?
That yeah,
Why?
you've just got that. You got.
She
that
lets loose
alcohol.
on the weekends.
Yeah.
I don't.
You seem like you've got a kidney that's working overtime.
What
Yeah.
are we talking about? I hate
You.
blacking out. I think it's scary. I don't like it.
Oh.
That's
I
not what the
blacked out-
streets are saying.
I blacked
Yeah.
out twice in my life.
Really?
Swear to God.
0 times for me.
0 times for her. Twice in my life. Both times were terrible. I hated it.
My situation with blacking out is the dizzies. If it was on like a spectrum, or a timeline, the dizzy point where I start getting dizzy and I'm like, oh, I gotta figure this out. Like it occurs far before the part where I'm
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
blacking out.
really? Yeah.
So I never really get there because I'm always like, I'm dizzy. I'm gonna stop drinking.
Wow.
So I just,
Is that normal for you?
Um,
I've never gotten close to blacking out, I don't think.
Let's see. The times that I've blacked out, the first time was not intentional. I did get really dizzy, but I was like, I just kept on. I don't know. I didn't know that there was a limit, I guess. So I just kept drinking. And then you get so drunk you don't realize how drunk you are. And then people are like shots and you're like, yeah.
See, I don't think I get there.
Okay, well, I did the first time I blacked out. And the second time I blacked out, I was trying to because I was depressed.
Oh, okay, cool. Did it work? Did it solve your depression?
Oh, no.
I mean, you could
Oh,
now,
no,
so technically, right?
No, that was that was not
Oh,
a
it was
good
a bad
night for me.
night. Yeah, it was a
it
bad
was a
night.
bad time.
Yeah, I'm
It
like,
did not fix me.
I don't know if I've ever gotten to that point where it's just like, oh, I'm, because I think I'm so in tune with throwing up.
Oh, I throw up all the time.
Yeah, like
So much.
I'll tell you what. After the edible incident, I now know how
You don't
to
know
pull
his
trig.
canon event.
Yeah, my canon event.
Throwing up after you take an edible makes you high faster.
True.
What?
After Ted, or before Ted
That
was
explains a lot.
before Ted was the rainforest guy.
I was the edible guy.
He was the edible guy.
Where I had
What? What does that mean?
accidentally eaten a 400 milligram edible that was
that a lot?
disguised as a nerd's rope.
Is that a lot?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a considerable
Was it
amount.
disguised? It's a lot. Usually,
I don't know how many milligrams are in an
That's
edible.
crazy. A
It-
usual
yeah,
edible,
like 20 is like a
that's
normal
20
amount.
is well. Even then, no. If I were to give you an edible right now,
It'd
I'd
be
give you
10.
5.
Really,
I'd give her.
5?
Look how tiny she is.
I don't know.
I'd give you 5.
There are some.
I'd take 10.
There are people who are tiny individuals, and they'll just be like,
No, I'm incredibly lightweight.
Yeah. No, I think
A
like
couple weeks ago, I got a root canal at the dentist. They gave me nitrous oxide, and I threw up during the root canal.
No.
at the dentist.
That sounds
Isn't that
terrible.
They had to turn me on my side so I didn't choke and die.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
I
was
was super
yucky.
high on nitrous oxide, so I was kind of having fun until I realized that there was throw up all over the floor.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And like you were probably just like, what?
Yeah, I was like, when I kind
And
of
you were
came
like,
to,
excuse me, I think somebody threw up everywhere, and I'm supposed to be at the dentist right now.
Yeah.
I kind of came to and I looked at the floor and I was like, something has gone terribly wrong. And they were like, sorry, like we have to finish the root canal. And then they laid me back on my back. There's just like throw up everywhere. And then they finished the root canal and then they're like, okay, you can go to the bathroom and rinse your mouth out. And then I came back and there's just 3 dental hygienists on the floor, like cleaning up throw up all over the wires and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a pretty clean experience too most of the time going to the dentist. You
It
know?
should be. It
like,
should
there's
be
not
sterile.
like, you know, a doctor's office, like any other doctor's office, that's where, shit's hitting the walls and
Yeah.
stuff. But, you brought a new experience.
She did ask the dentist. She was like, has anyone else ever done this?
And
they
they're
were
like,
like,
no.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. So you really just can't handle substances.
Yes.
Yeah, 5. She gets 5.
Yeah,
Should we
she does
do
get
that?
5.
No,
That'd be fun.
I can't.
I got. I drove here.
Well, maybe not right now. Maybe like later.
But I'm saying like 10 is like a chill out. 20 is like I want to get high.
Yeah.
And then that's like it. And then you're like too
Yeah,
big of a
like
stoner if you're
beyond
going
that,
above
it's like
that.
okay, you've got maybe like sort of a larger issue that needs to be
Yeah,
broken down in
exactly.
So you
therapy.
took
If you're going 50, you're going
400?
in.
Yeah,
like,
you're saying I took 400.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No,
You just threw up a lot?
I threw up once.
So I'm confused.
Well, I threw up twice actually. So when it happened, it was like I was already high at the time. I had been smoking a joint. It was when we were like signing posters for U2s at the time.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, and I was at the Misfits, like they had rented like a big mansion in LA.
I've been to the Misfits mansion back in the day before the fraud.
One of their $20,000
Yeah.
a week sort of.
Thank
it's
you,
crazy.
Carl Jacobs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And who else's merch never got paid? Valkyrie, thank you.
Yeah, no, appreciate that.
I went to some of those Nobu dinners. I got invited.
Yeah, I mean,
They paid for those.
I mean, they were, and you know what? They were fantastic.
They were good.
It was, and yeah, it was always a mystery where that money was coming from. I mean,
Yeah.
you assumed it was coming from somewhere, but you didn't ask too many questions.
But then Coffeezilla told us, and I said, that makes sense.
yeah,
That makes sense.
No, that tracks because those houses, like $20,000 a week, $25,000 a week.
They were crazy.
Like it just made no sense. It made no sense. It was like, are they making this much money? It was like more significant, opulent lifestyle than like rock stars probably live.
Yeah.
Where it was ridiculous. But they had purchased a significant amount of weed, and I had the munchies because I get the munchies really bad when I smoke, and they had laid it out as a gradient, so there was weed food on this like counter that like kind of went around this like staircase thing. It was like food, weed food, and then weed, as opposed to probably a more thing that would make sense, which would be food, weed, and then weed food, like make a separation, like we've started the weed zone here.
Yeah.
So I go over to what I think is the food zone, and I see the Nerds logo. I'm like, wow, it's been forever since I've had a Nerds rub, so nostalgic.
And yum.
I open it up. I'm chewing on it. I'm signing it away. I'm chewing on it. I'm signing
That's
it away.
bad.
I go through the whole thing. I'm like, well, they got another one. I might as well open that one. I open that up. I start to go into it, but then one of the Australians that were sitting there watching me do it was like, "Oh, Tate, don't eat those. Those are edibles." You know that? I'm like,
I will say
That's
another
so
thing about
bad.
Misfits, they surrounded themselves with the funniest Australians in the whole wide world.
yeah, they are. I feel like I've gotten minorly good at an Australian accent.
That
just
was
from
pretty
how-
good. It was really good. But I did
appreciate
meet some of my favorite people in the whole entire world because of
Oh yeah,
Misfits.
no, I love the Australians. I mean, they're funny as shit.
So funny.
And so he's like, "Hey man, those are edibles." I'm like, are you kidding? What? So I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. I teach, and that was what I was leading to earlier when I mentioned this, was that was the night that I taught myself how to pull trig. Because I
Did plenty of
drank a
that.
bunch of, I was told to I drank a bunch of salt water and then pulled trig, and hopefully to get all of it out of me, but it's like a sugary kind of thing. It's
No,
already
you got to
digested.
eat a bushel of asparagus
This is some
and drink a
fucking-
bunch of Coke.
No, that's some fucking cult Mormon shit you're talking about right
No,
now. Bushel of nobody's talking about
You eat a
asparagus in
bushel-
terms
Mormons
of
don't
bushels
eat
Guys,
unless you were
next
raised
time
by.
you are too high, I assure you, eat a bushel of asparagus
Raw?
and like 4 cans of Coke. You'll be
Raw?
fine.
Dude,
You can
this
cook 'em.
just- This
You can
seems
steam
like
'em.
this just seems like
Dude, trust.
I don't.
She-
Respectfully,
She
I was
used
a
to eat a
big
lot of
stoner.
I
edibles.
don't trust. And
I
that's
used to
such
love
a
it.
fucking lie. There's no way you were a stoner.
Yes, I was.
No
She
way.
was.
I
Really?
was.
Yeah.
Yes. I was so good at so this is a sentence. I feel like I'd take a shot every single time. My boyfriend at the time was a
She
really
was a
big
little
stoner.
hoe. She
I was
had
a
a
little
lot of
hoe.
ex-boyfriends.
I had a lot of ex-boyfriends and a little hoe. Boyfriend at the time, he would make can of butter with his hash afterwards. And so
In
and then
Utah?
no, this is Washington.
Oh, okay.
This is Washington.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
This seems like something that would get the SWAT team called on you in Utah.
No. But I mean, no one knows. You don't tell anyone you got weed.
No, but they'll figure it out. They'll know that you're
The drug dog
defying
breaks out of the
Holy
prison.
Spirit.
Yeah. So, and then I'm a professional baker, so I would take the can of butter and just make
Professional?
yes, bitch. You didn't know I used to be a pastry chef?
I actually did know that.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the funny option to question it.
Sorry, you lost. So I
Sorry,
would
I
take
win now.
I'd take the can of butter and make the dopest shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was
You
awesome.
should do that as like, it's legal here. You should do that as like a stream thing.
Yeah, but I can't get high anymore.
No, but I mean like for
Why?
other people. Like you could do a stream thing where it's like it's like a roulette thing. You make a bunch of like cupcakes or something for people. Everyone has to eat one at the beginning, and one of them
and then in
is-
an hour we have to run a race.
Oh my god. Ready for
Okay,
this?
yes.
It's like fucking murder mystery.
Okay.
Everybody eats a cake
Yeah.
thing you made.
And everyone has
at the
to pretend
beginning.
they're not
One
high.
of them has the fucking edible in it.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone is like, one of you is going to get high from this, but you all have to pretend that you're not high. So there's one person there that is high and is trying to pretend that they are not high. And people have to try to vote each other out.
Okay, how do we do that?
Yeah, how do you? Isn't dosing different
just-
for everybody? Like, what if it's me
Well,
and
no,
Ted?
we'll
That's
be
really
it'll be
unfair.
fine.
Well, like you'll do like little games. Like it'll be like kind of like that vote out show thing where it's like, oh, let's go through one section where you try to do something that requires sort of mental acuity or whatever. One does like a
What if they're
challenge,
just dumb?
and then after everyone goes through it, then you try to vote someone out, and then it's like, did you get rid of the person who was high? And it's like a yes or no.
who
It's
do you
like,
include in that though? I feel like I don't know anyone who does weed anymore.
why does anybody want to
really?
do an edible with
I feel
me?
like what I'm
Ludwig will.
spitting right now is a really funny idea,
It's a great
especially
idea.
like
I agree with you, but I just have to find a group of 10.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I
But-
just feel like it would be great.
I don't want to do weed. You don't want to do weed.
Wait, why can't you get high anymore?
It gives me like gnarly anxiety.
Yeah, that
Like
makes sense.
bad.
Mm.
I took an edible one time, and it was one little Sour Patch Kids watermelon, and nothing happened because it was one little Sour Patch Kid watermelon.
Yeah, that probably wasn't enough.
I wonder if maybe Nandre.
Oh.
Okay.
Nandre would be a good one addition.
Okay. So we've got Nandre,
I
Ludwig.
do it. I get
Will.
the
Shake
weed, and I
drizzle.
just start
Will?
crying.
I
Does
feel
Will
like
smoke?
the problem with Will, I don't know if he does weed.
Caroline might.
I think the problem with Will though is that I think he would tank it no matter what, and he's such a good actor that he it just wouldn't matter. Even if he got high, you wouldn't be able to tell ever.
Oh, right. Yeah. No.
Like,
he
just
is,
ever.
He has done so many drugs.
He would just overcome it. Yeah, he would
yeah.
just.
No, he's told me stories that
Yeah.
are like they're like Nordic mythology.
Yeah.
Like
My brownie wouldn't phase him.
yeah. No, he's been on adventures for sure.
Yeah.
So don't eat it was an unmarked Nerds rope on the table.
No, well, here's the thing.
Oh,
I
you
was
can't
high.
read?
That's why the context of me being high at the time is important.
Yeah, because
it was marked.
It definitely is.
but it
marked.
used the logo of
Of
Nerds.
Nerds. That's crazy.
It was not as it was like this long though, and like it said like tear and share on it, and it was like, but it was
Oh.
like a purple Nerds rope. It was like, but it had like a little thing above it. It was like weed.
I'm
like,
surprised you didn't taste it.
I was high.
You bet you were high.
I was
right,
high. Like I was already
right.
like a 4 or 4 or 5 when I was eating this thing. And
So that thing was 600.
no, it was 400.
Oh, it was 400.
But he was already high.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
already
but you're
high,
supposed
and
to
then
do
I was
it.
like,
You're supposed
okay,
to cut it up.
and it was an edible, so that was kind of terrifying too because it was like one of those things.
You know
where
it's coming.
Like I know my fate. Like it was
Yeah.
like I was. It was like I I was being visited by the Reaper.
Yeah.
You know, like where he was like, I saw him outside the window and he was scraping his little
Edibles are
scythe against the
gnarly.
window. And I'm like,
Wait, why would anyone want to do this?
Well, it's
I didn't want to do
no,
this.
no.
This was an accident.
But in general,
Well, because usually, it's like, so what I used to do is I'd take an edible and I'd start cleaning my house. And then halfway through, it'd be like really fun to clean my house. But then I'd find something and I'd get like distracted doing it. And it was
I
awesome.
can tell you miss it a little bit.
I do. I miss it so much. I used to love it. But
Like, here's the thing.
or like,
When
I'd invite a boy over. We'd both take edibles.
Okay.
And then we'd start a puzzle. And then you just sit there and start talking and you never finish the puzzle. It's fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just a slew of unfinished puzzles.
Yeah, honestly.
I've never been high. I think is my problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was great.
I did
But-
have nitrous oxide. It was awesome.
Yeah, you throwing up everywhere.
I would do it again,
No, well, okay.
but that's
a
not
lot
the
of times
same.
when people smoke though or do weed or whatever, they, you're and right there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it, see now, see what's happened
I
here.
don't like it.
Now she wants.
But I like the
alcohol.
ginger.
Yeah, the ginger's great.
Yeah, I like the ginger. I wish it was a ginger ale at the end of the day.
I feel like it's better than ginger ale. It's got better. It's more real ginger. I feel like.
I wish there was like that much, like a tablespoon or so, mixed into a cup of Sprite. Then I would like it.
Man, it sounds like you just want Sprite.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
but
Tablespoon mixed in, you wouldn't taste anything. It wouldn't even change the color.
2 tablespoons. That's my limit.
Okay, well, I'm
want
glad that you're
more.
open to increasing the tables. I'm gonna have yours.
Okay, go ahead.
But wait, what was I just saying though?
Talking about being high. Getting
Oh yeah,
high.
like when you go into getting high, it's like you're in an agreement with the world on how much you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you go in to do
What?
20 milligrams, you do
Oh,
20 milligrams.
okay.
I discover after I've consumed it all that I've just consumed
way more than
about
you want.
8 or to 10
Dude,
times the amount that
if that
I've
was
ever
me,
even done.
My instinct would be, I'm going to force myself to go to sleep right now. That I know my high brain would be like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah,
sleep it
it
off.
was like 5 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah. And
that's
so
terrifying.
yeah, no, I was like, I think it was probably the closest I ever got to like having a panic attack because I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
'cause-
would die. Can we?
'cause it
Can
was
we?
like-
I would die. Like you would have to take me to the hospital. I don't think I would make it.
Yeah, I mean, but
I don't think anyone's ever died from weed.
no, no.
400 milligrams for me.
Unless
mean,
unless it's like laced
You might
with
go into
something. Nobody's
psychosis, but you wouldn't die.
Yeah,
I would rather die.
And maybe from
I'm kidding.
psychosis you could die.
yeah. Unless you're on
But-
like some other medication or something, you
Yeah.
probably even want to go into psychosis or something.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do them anymore.
Well, you're not doing that much.
Yeah, nobody's making you do anything.
I just thought you guys wanted to do them with me, but
We
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
do them.
anymore. So.
I can't do them.
See now I'm reading your reaction here, and it seems like you want to be made to do weed.
No, I don't think it'd be fun. I don't want to
Why
see
did you
the.
not make it
I don't
on
want to
topic
see
with
the.
anyone?
I
You're
don't want
like-
to see the Grim
No,
Reaper
no,
outside my
I-
window.
No, that
Literally-
was an imagery he was painting. That wasn't reality.
No, I literally don't want to freaking do weed. No, don't. Nobody make me do weed right now, freaking
don't
guys.
want
I
it.
swear to God, I will be so pissed at you right now if you make me do weed. That's you. No, I'll tell you, it was miserable though. I mean, I started getting cold, and I found out later when I looked it up that like sometimes an excessive amount of weed can like drop your body temperature. Didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I just put on a sweater. I was shaking. I started getting overstimulated. I basically became autistic.
It sounds miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be autistic. I've got a bit, but like not that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand. It sounds rough.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a bit? Just a tiny bit?
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
Really?
She's got
Diagnosed?
some.
Or just
She should get it diagnosed.
I've been encouraged to get it diagnosed.
okay.
I've been.
What about you do you think makes you autistic? What's your most autistic
Well,
trait?
I have sensory issues. I have quite a bit of sensory issues, and I have a lot
no
of
sauce.
Like if I went like this the
no.
whole
That
time,
that's fine. I like if there's too many noises,
That's just annoying.
I
Ted.
get you're just annoying as a person.
whoa.
But no, but like there's too
Happy
many
to be here,
noises.
walking on about it.
There's a lot of things. I lack social cues a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell when I'm being mean sometimes, and people will tell me I was really mean, and I was like, oh.
Oh, I thought that was just because you're like a comedic genius.
Well, sometimes I am a comedic genius. Sometimes I'm a little tism.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's okay.
I feel like,
But I have diagnosed OCD, and apparently I've been told, which, sometimes we're wrong, but I have been told by a psychiatrist that they are related. OCD, ADHD, and autism are all like
Yeah.
sisters.
yeah,
And
like
so
when I was a
usually
kid, I had some,
you share anyway.
yeah. Like, cause I'm a notable ADHD fucker. I'm trying to think. Like sometimes a little noise will happen and I'll just get like pissed all of a sudden internally. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'll be like having a conversation and then like a car will be going by and it'll do some sort of LA loud car noise like a.
ruins
And
your
I'll
day.
be like, I'll feel myself and I'll be like, but I'll stop myself and I'll be like, what the f is that? Why am I furious right now? Did it ever happen to you?
No.
It doesn't happen often to me, but this was like something happened like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "What the f was that?"
I mean, I get like I can get really irritable,
Mm-hmm.
but usually not like mad. But like I can tell myself I get like really annoyed
Right.
to the point that like it takes a while to shake it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not the expert here.
We also all go get tested together.
Group test?
Group test. Do you think we get a BOGO discount?
Mm-mm.
Groupon?
Mm-mm.
It was funny because I had one therapist that was like, no, you're definitely not. And then she referred me to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist was like, we need to get you tested.
And that right there is like
And
why
I was
one
like,
person is
oh.
one job and one's the other.
Yeah. But, it's fine. It doesn't make a difference for me because I'm not going to medicate anyway. So
You don't
She
think you
hates
would?
medication.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I don't do
And so
medication.
why? What's your personal bad experience that you had with medication?
Oh,
Shy.
my mom died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same.
From medication?
Not ideal. Yeah.
From medication? Or?
Yeah, she was like addicted to opioids and
Yeah.
she was a few different reasons.
Right.
It was like it was like cool how she did it, but like
Was it?
well, it's confusing. She was she was on 18 different prescriptions by the time she died because she would shop doctors for
Oh,
opioids.
no. Oh my God.
But right before she died, so she was always sick. She always had a headache or something, but she had gastric bypass to lose a bunch of weight and get really healthy, which we were pumped for because we had to have this intervention with her because we were like, you have grandkids now. Please, Miss Ma'am.
Was she overweight?
She was very overweight. So she had to give her thyroid removed. And within 5 years, she went from weighing like 150 pounds to 380.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like just like very intense, very
what
quick.
happened? What about moving the thyroid does that? Is that something
Yeah, it controls your like
hunger
metabolism.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
I
Yeah.
see.
And she was really bad at like taking care of herself, genuinely. But then, all the, kids are moving out, and then she's like, the opioids make you feel better and happy dappy and all that stuff. And so she's opioids, and because she did have pain. So it's like, it becomes cyclical. And so we get her to get gastric bypass. Everything's dope. She's losing so much weight. She's getting
Right.
healthy. We're pumped, blah, blah. But then she still has pain and other issues. But anyway, day before she died, she's in the kitchen and she's like, oh man, I have a really bad headache. And so she's like, I gotta take a pill. So she takes a pill. She had chronic migraines too. So she takes a pill. But then she also took a sleeping pill because she had sleeping problems.
Oh, is that then those mix?
Those don't mix, especially because opioids can make you nauseous.
And so she'd never done that before
I'm
previously?
sure she had.
Oh.
I'm sure we just didn't know. She's on so many different prescriptions. We didn't
Right.
find out how many she was on until she died, and we were like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck,
goodness.
And so
How old were you when this happened?
I was 23, 24.
Oh, so this is fairly recently.
Yeah.
This is like what? How old are you?
I'm 30. I'm 31 in
This is like
June.
not even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's chill though. You got to talk about your life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So she.
Well, no, I see what I'm doing in my head right now is I'm when you're saying it's chill, though, I'm like, I don't know, like, would I be chill if my mom?
Oh,
died?
it's devastating. No, it's not chill, but like
chill.
it's
Yeah.
fine. But she aspirated in her sleep.
Yeah, I would.
No,
I
it
would,
ruined my life. Like
Yeah.
I was derailed. Like everything changed, and
Sure.
it's been miserable since. But she aspirated in her sleep, so she threw up. But she was so sedated from the mix of the drugs that she didn't wake up.
Oh,
So essentially, but lots of rock stars have done that too. So pretty
Right.
cool.
That is cool.
At the end of the day, yeah, she went out like
like a rock star.
a rock star. Yeah.
Okay, I see where you're.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of sick
So
Yeah.
that happened.
but then it was apparently like a blood clot that really
Oh, damn.
ended it all. But
So that.
how did we get there?
So that causes
Oh,
you
so,
to be
yeah,
like
so I'm
suspicious
very-
of all
I'm
like
very
prescription
adverse
stuff.
to all prescription. Like I'm really like I have lorazepam and clonazepam, I think.
Klonopin.
No, I don't have Klonopin. I have
I
the
recognize
PAMs.
Klonopin. What are these? What are we
I
talking
love
about?
the PAMs. The PAMs are benzodiazepams, which are Xanax is a friend.
Oh, okay.
So I have those for panic attacks, but they're one of the most highly addictive drugs.
I like
Right.
Xanax.
Yeah.
So that's like sort of like you have like you get like 10 in a little bottle and then that,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You,
And I've
it's like
like
a
my
case by case kind of thing.
my psychiatrist is really funny because like when we were at TwitchCon, I ran out and I hadn't used them in forever, but I couldn't sleep and I need it for sleep. Usually you don't use PAMs for sleeping. It's really dangerous, but I'm not addicted and I take such a low dose that it's fine.
Right.
And so anyway, so I call my psychiatrist and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like always anxious. So I'm like, I swear I'm not like an abuser. I'm not just calling you to get a refill. And she's like, girly pop, you haven't had a refill in a year and a half. You can have 10 pills. Like, you're fine.
That's so
you know?
funny.
Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she appreciates that too.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sure that there are people who come in and they're looking for a refill every
well,
single
yeah.
time.
And I'm in like San Diego. I'm like, oh, I'm in San Diego. Like, you can't send it to my normal pharmacy. And I'm freaking out. I can't sleep. And it was funny because all it took, I didn't even take the pill. I just had to, I got
You
the
call her at
prescription.
night?
Yep.
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
Who's this?
She's the best psychiatrist in the
Look me
entire
up.
world. Yeah,
Wow.
if you need one. But
I think I do need a psychiatrist because I've been having an issue where I don't fully understand how insurance works because I just got on insurance, my own insurance, and like I never had like that whole what is it? It's like a fucking approval that a physician has to put in. It's like a PC or a PA or something. Basically, every time I need to get my ADHD medicine recently, even though I'm on insurance, like the pharmacy, they'll put in the approval to the pharmacy. Pharmacy will like, we didn't get the approval. And I'll look at my insurance and they'll be like, yeah, we approved it. And I'll go to the pharmacy. I'm like, they approved it. And they're like, no, they didn't.
Just go
And
to a
so,
different pharmacy.
and I can't really wait because I have to get work done, and I can't really get work done that much unless I'm
Yeah.
on my meds, and I won't be able to act upon the executive function of figuring all that shit out unless I'm medicated. So it's like been like 2 months in a row where I've had to pay the full amount
No,
for
get
my
a
meds. So I've
go to a
had to
different
spend like
pharmacy. Fuck that
$100 each
pharmacy.
month on my
That
meds.
sucks.
No,
Yeah.
that's awful.
it's probably a different pharmacy. Or
should go to a
your
different pharmacy.
your doctor sucks. But I
Yeah.
can give you my PA my psychiatrist number.
Yeah, because that'd be cool.
They're
That'd be
great.
cool.
She's so great. She's great. And she like, even because I don't do pills, she's given me like natural options, like even just like take vitamin D, like do it consistent, like stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So she's great. She recently, I haven't tried it yet, but I have a vagus nerve stimulator that she had me order.
Vagus nerve.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's one, you have like one big one in your chest, and then I think on your ears, you have a few touch like points in your body that like known in acupuncture calm you down.
Mhm.
And so like one big thing, if you're really, really anxious, get an ice pack and put it right here, like
Whoa.
right below your neck, and it will calm you down pretty quick. It's the same psychology behind like cold baths. Like they stimulate the vagus nerve, and it's like,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
You got to do the whole thing just to stimulate that one area.
yeah, they do it for other reasons. But anyway, it's a little ear thing they put on it and like vibrates somewhere. I haven't tried it yet, but that's supposed to, we'll see.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, she's like
It's
really
funny
cool.
when they have shit like that when it's like, man, we're just like fucking animals too, aren't we?
Yeah, at the end
Where
of the
it's like,
day,
we got a little thing that buzz in my ear, so if I'm feeling like I want to kill myself, I'm like,
it'll go away.
it'll go away.
Yeah.
I just need
It'll
to
go
turn on
away.
my thing and it'll buzz my ear a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool
she's
though
dope.
that exists.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's funny because when we were like brainstorming questions to think about last night, for some reason, I'm not like
For me, this?
just like general, like if we're panicking, we need these questions. Blah,
right.
blah, blah.
Are you panicking right now?
No.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Okay.
But last night, for some reason, and I don't know why, and it's weird that it kind of that you kind of brought up moms, because last night I kept wanting to I kept thinking I need to ask Ted about his mom.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
What is so? Yeah, where does that come from?
I don't know. I just kept thinking. I was
guess
like,
that's
I
like
wanna-
a reasonable thing to ask men in general.
Why?
What?
I feel like you were about to say it is.
I did, and then she said why.
To be
and-
like, how's your mom?
No, just
No.
like about their relationship with their mom. I feel like that
Yeah.
that
says
is
a lot about men.
yeah, that's something that
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like it just has enough like I don't know. I feel like a man's relationship with their mom is important, almost more so than respectfully, almost more so than the dad, I feel like.
Okay,
You know?
tell us about your
Mama,
relationship with
I'm
your
telling
mom.
Ted's dad.
Well, I'm just like, I don't know.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
different,
know.
yeah.
It's just different, and I mean, like, it's because the mom literally gives birth to the child. There's like it's kind of a different relationship thing. But I'm also like on good terms with both my parents. They're still together.
Oh, must be nice.
Still together, still alive.
Okay. Double down. Okay.
All right, relax.
Dude, you
Alright.
opened it up to that.
Okay. All right.
No, I love my mom. My mom's great.
Yeah. Did you?
She is she's anxious.
Is she?
She has anxiety.
Do you have
And so
sisters?
I have an older sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 17 months older than me.
That tracks.
Really?
You seem like someone who has sisters, which is a really nice thing of me to say.
Oh, okay, cool.
17 months older is Irish twins is what they call that, right?
Really? I am
yeah.
Irish.
If you're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know why they call it Irish twins. It might be racist. I might have just said something racist. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think the Irish will mind too much.
Irish? If I did say something, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I just have one older sister though. I'm a younger brother. Do I give younger brother energy?
Mm-hmm.
I had to think. I don't
But
know.
like younger, I'm also like, this is in retrospect, but younger brother to a sister, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that is different. That is different.
That is
I remember
different.
knowing a family when I was growing up, and it was 3 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know shit
And
about
the
tampons.
youngest was like, he had such a victim complex, because when you've got boys, especially if it's more than 2, I think, because I feel like if it's 2 boys, it's probably going to be like, I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to protect you with the
I feel
older
like it's
brother,
a
the
lot
younger
of
brother.
competition between two
But then
boys.
I think if there's 3, I think that if there's 3, that's a whole different
Then they all
story.
fight each other.
Oh yeah.
And they switch alliances all the time.
Oh,
They switch
absolutely.
alliances
Absolutely. It's
within the stronghold.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, it's wars. It's it's politics.
Hmm.
But no, me and my sister argued all the time when I was growing up, though.
Me and my siblings never fought. Did you guys physically fight?
It's the age difference? What's the age gap?
18 months.
Whoa.
Me and my
okay.
sister are 18 months apart, and then my brother's way older.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because you guys were sisters. Like it's like that one.
I physically fought my sister.
Yeah,
it's
that's like really
White,
normal. And my brothers.
White Christmas is like sisters. That's you and your.
That is how it felt all growing up. You really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So what was the most physically abusive you were to your sister growing up?
Physically abusive. I was to
Yeah,
my
did
sister.
you like push her down the stairs? My brother pushed me down the freaking stairs one
I
time.
may have
It
given
was
her.
sick.
I think I may have given her a slap once or something when I was really pissed off at her. I'm sure.
My
But-
brother used to tickle us until we cried.
Oh,
It's
that's
horrible.
messed up.
When I was new in the world and I was like just started walking, my sister was jealous of me though because she wasn't incredible anymore for doing all those things for her. So one time I think I was like doing something, my parents were celebrating me, and then she like pushed me into like our brick fireplace.
Oh,
Like, so I hit my head on the
no.
brick, and then she was like, "Look at me," and like walks across the room, and they're like, "Nice." Also, you just attacked your brother. No, but I got a good
That's
relationship
sad.
with my mom. To answer the mom question,
And your sister?
Yeah, I got a good relationship with my sister too. Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. I think what's interesting is that we were so like we were just like in different worlds for a lot of our childhood that like I don't have a super close relationship with my sister, so we're like kind of working on that now of getting closer.
It's kind
Yeah.
of nice when you get to be an adult. The way my relationships have evolved with my family as an adult are incredible. Like my parents both, I'm like, wait, you guys are just like me for real,
Yeah,
you know? And then
yeah.
like my siblings too. It's like, wait, we're all like conscious people now.
Yeah, I need to do a thing because I did a thing with my mom and then with my dad, but I need to do it with my sister where I like do a trip where I'm just with one of them,
Yeah.
so I can get them alone.
Yeah.
Because when our all families together, we like bicker a lot.
Yeah.
But if I get them alone, we're chilling. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So when I moved out here to LA, I did a road trip across the country with my dad, and that was a really cool trip to do with him.
Yeah, that's
that was
cute.
one time I got really drunk. Him and I were doing shots.
That'd be
of-
crazy
We
to
were
get
doing
drunk with your
shots of
dad.
I don't want to get drunk
Fireball
with my dad.
in Idaho at a Super 8, and then we walked down to this bar
Just
called
the
the
two of
Talking
you?
Bird Bar, and there was like a fucking bird, and just me and my dad. We just like we went across the street, we got some alcohol, we were doing shots of fucking Fireball just for fun.
That's so funny.
It was like I don't know what we were doing. Like it was
Wow.
just like because we wanted to, and then we went to this bar and we're having chicken parm at this Talking Bird Bar where they have a real talking bird.
It
there.
was
It's
like the tiki room.
kind of. I mean, it was just a weird biker bar thing
Huh.
with a talking bird.
Okay.
and,
Like
and
a real bird?
and the woman who worked there, the bartender, she was like one of those classic like washcloths over their shoulder, sleeves rolled up. Hey, how you doing? Like, oh, where you rolling from? Kind of thing. Where you're like, you're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, do you want to wrestle?
yeah. I was like, wait, can you like fucking crush my head between your
Yeah.
thighs?
Yeah.
And so we were getting drunk there, and then my dad got into this conversation with this trucker, because he does this thing where if someone's being ridiculous or someone's like a very interesting person who has strange and wrong perspective on the world, he'll like egg them on.
Interesting.
Or he'll
I
be like,
wish I
or he'll
could
be
do that.
like,
I'm not
he'll
brave
ask
enough.
follow-up questions. He'll be like, yeah, so wait, so why do you think that? Like, he'll get them going.
Yeah.
More. Dude's like talking about like the most like racist nonsense you could ever hear. Like he's talking about like the pilgrims and like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I woke up that morning and I was like so hungover.
Fireball's gnarly.
And he introduced me that day to Alka-Seltzer as a solution to being hungover.
Does it help?
It does.
Wow.
I've never tried it.
Me neither.
Alka-Seltzer.
So I do know.
And that was like a thing I learned as, you know, I'm moving out of the home state for the first time and my dad's still teaching me stuff.
That's
kind of
cute.
cool.
Yeah,
And so I swear by Alka-Seltzer now because of that. Because
Wow.
it's the effervescent tablet that you
The
put
little
in water.
bubbles do something.
Well, it settles your stomach first of all, but there's also Tylenol in it, so it gets rid of your headache too.
Oh.
Yeah. So if I know that I'm really drunk one night, I have like a whole system where it's like I drink, you know, a couple things of water, but then I take an Advil before I go to sleep because that gets ahead of like because what causes a headache is like
I thought it was dehydration.
I thought so too.
well, it's dehydration, but like for hangovers, like dehydration, but like a headache is from inflammation.
Right.
Oh, right.
So you
Ew,
take
I don't
an
like
Advil,
thinking about that.
and that's an anti-inflammatory thing.
Uh-huh.
And then in the morning, if it's still going, I'll do the Alka-Seltzer route.
Wait, what is Alka-Seltzer for if not for hangovers? Like stomach aches?
Yes, I think it's actually it can be
I
for
think
stomach
I think
aches
it's
and
for a
some
lot
other
of things,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
cold and flu.
Yeah,
I think flu when you're like throwing up and shit.
yeah, it's kind of one of those like catch-all things.
Yeah.
But
It's not as popular as it used to be for sure, but yeah.
I
yeah,
want
but I
one.
did that trip with my dad, and then for a Christmas present, I took my mom to Ireland, and I
That's
paid
what it
for
was.
that.
I knew you did a trip with your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
That's
a trip
cute.
to Ireland with my mom, and that was a blast. And I haven't done one with my sister yet, and so I need to do that.
Where are you going to take her?
I don't know.
Los
well,
Angeles.
I don't know. We
You
want
wanna
to
go
do
to
some
Disney
sort of.
World,
We want to
sis?
do some sort of Europe jaunt thing.
I see.
My family. We're gonna be in Europe this summer, so I was thinking like after that trip, like my sister and I, like we go off somewhere or something.
Right.
But I think it needs to be one of those things where it like has to be like we plan the thing and do it specifically, and not like a add-on thing. Otherwise, I feel like it loses kind of like the value,
Right.
like the specialness of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was the best thing from the Ireland trip?
Ireland trip? Well, there was a really cool moment where, so my mom hates bridges. She's got a really strong fear of like heights, and I think specifically bridges, like because of the possibility of them like collapsing
Sure.
and stuff.
Oh.
Like if we're driving.
Not trolls underneath.
No.
So
Like
she's not
if we're driving over a bridge, for instance,
rational.
on a family road trip,
Yeah.
like she's gonna to close her eyes for like the bridge portion, like
Oh.
going over a long period of
That
water.
sucks,
You know.
yeah.
And that's like an anxiety thing, I think. But there's this bridge in Northern Ireland. It's like Carrick Bridge or something like that, and it's like on the coast, and it's like there's this like little tiny rock island thing, and there is a classic fucking rope swing
Oh my God.
bridge
Oh.
thing, like rope bridge with the wood and the fucking like the
It's the
classic.
photo from IKEA that every man had on his college dorm in 2012.
Yeah, like we're talking like Indiana Jones, like you step on someone and it like falls and you look down and it's like
Oh,
falling into the
Jesus.
crap. Not like
And
that
you're in
old.
Ireland, so you have the Loch Ness Monster.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does live there.
Terrifying.
Yeah, he came over from Scotland.
Oh.
Oh.
He left the lake.
He's in a lake?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know what lake he's in? Loch Ness.
Oh.
So lochs in
Wow.
lochs in Scotland, those are lakes.
You
So
know a
they're-
lot about this guy? He seems suspicious.
Well, the lochs in Scotland are like these really, really deep lakes.
Uh-huh.
Like they're like 1,000 meters deep or something
Dude.
like that. That's what a loch is.
One time I was in middle of nowhere, Idaho, and I was with my uncle, and he was like, yeah, there's a Loch Ness Monster in this lake. And I was like, no way.
Dude, the Loch Ness Monster had such a stranglehold on me as a child.
Really? Yeah.
God, I mean that.
I'm not the only one.
I
don't
wanted
think
that
I've
thing
ever
to be
really thought
real
about
so
it.
badly, and I thought he was in every lake. I
Yeah.
am 100% with you on that.
He told me, he was like, whenever you see the waves go the opposite direction, 3 bumps, that's
Oh.
Loch Ness monster swimming by. And so I'm sitting there, and sure enough, you see it every once in a while. I'm like,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah, but I don't know what else would cause that.
Yeah, there used to be you watched Animal Planet. I know you did.
Yeah.
Not me. Only porn.
Animal.
No, Girls Gone
Yeah.
Wild. You know that the drums? Wow.
Yeah.
She like Smurf.
Still
porn.
Pavlovian
Smurf porn,
response
okay.
over here.
It's the first porn she ever consumed.
Papa Smurf gets dirty again.
Yeah. No. Okay.
There used to be a show on Animal Planet where it was like there was a point in which Animal Planet turned from, oh, this is about animals, to now we're making reality shows and like weird
Meerkat
stuff
Manor.
and like fucking animal cops and stuff like that.
That's
And
funny.
there was this one show where it was like Animal Planet. It was like lost tapes.
Okay.
Do you know this?
No.
Oh my God, I know this. You're talking to the wrong girl.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, I'm one freaking drop on the head away from being in full conspiracy theory. Like, girl, I should be a conspiracy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So you've seen the lost tapes thing?
yes.
There was this
'Cause
one
there's an
episode.
alien one too. There's
Was
an
there?
alien episode. Yeah.
There was one episode where it was like, because it was about animals to a certain degree, which was weird. It was like this.
Wait, I have to
thing's-
pause because sometimes I speak. I said one head drop away. I meant like as in my parents didn't pay attention to me. I didn't mean it as in like disability. For the record, I was like,
I don't
sorry.
know what.
I got canceled recently because I misspoke, and so I'm extra
Oh,
sensitive.
really?
Yeah.
So there was this one episode that was. I'm currently positioned like I'm speaking like Trump. I'm realizing with my.
You've been
hand.
like that for a long time.
But going like this. I was kind of going like this a little bit. I
Oh.
apologize. It was a lake, and it was these friends that were going out to a lake. And we're like, we're going on a lake trip. We're going on a lake trip. It's on VHS, you know, that kind of sort of found footage thing. And the whole thing was about this octopus that lived in the lake,
That's sick.
and it was like they were on like they were night swimming, and they were on this dock, one of those docks that you would have out in the lake. And then somebody's like swimming, and they get pulled under, and it's like on the VHS thing. And they're like, "Oh my god, what's happening
This
here?"
was on Animal Planet?
Yeah,
Dude,
it was on
it's
Animal
when
Planet.
Animal Planet they started getting funky. They started getting clickbaity.
It was like a horror movie on
Yeah.
Animal Planet.
Huh.
And that stuck with me for so long that whenever I was in sort of any sort of lake scenario, I was
thought a
like,
giant octopus
Loch Ness
was gonna come
Monster's
get
in
you.
there, and the octopus, and they're
Low-key-
probably working together.
It'd be
Yeah.
a terrible way to go. Giant octopus is like up there on one of the worst ways to go.
Really?
Why? What do they do?
Well, because
Uh-oh.
you just get pulled down and you would drown eventually, which sucks. But
Yeah.
it would be like coupled with being really terrifying because you're encased by an octopus.
Mhm.
But if they were eating you, they would eat you with their beak, which is very
Yeah.
small. I mean, if it's a big one,
I assume they'll
But then that
drown
would
you
just
before they start
suck.
eating you.
I don't know, man. What if they start what if they get a bunch these in before you drown? You know?
And they eat meat too, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, if you get pulled down by a giant octopus, you gotta take a deep breath underwater,
Just instant.
as fast as
Just
you can.
start swallowing
Fill your
water
lungs, die.
because no one's gonna save you.
Oh,
Yeah, before you start getting eaten
do
by
we
the beak.
know if giant octopus are killing people?
No, they're not.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
you made it just sound like you have a whole plan.
I'm just saying if that happens,
She's
that's what
working
I
with
would
them.
do.
Oh, you're working with the octopus?
No, I'm just saying if that happened, that's what I would do. But it didn't happen, and the
Do you know what
lost
they need
tapes
to
were
bring?
fake.
They need to invent Jurassic Park style or something. They gotta make one of those big circle octopuses that poisonous, but they gotta make a big one, and they gotta just put it in the ocean.
Like a kraken.
I don't think
The
we need
poison-
that.
the
He's talking about
poison
blue
ring-
ring
Yeah,
octopuses.
blue ring octopus. Any blue ringers out there?
I don't think we need that.
You
Giant
think they're in
squid.
the comments.
Giant squid are huge. Those actually do exist.
How big?
Colossal squid. They're like
Ted?
they,
They've seen them like twice.
Like as tall as Ted.
they eat sperm whales.
What?
Yes, they're massive.
hmm
Their
Did you know
eyeballs
that?
are like their eyeballs are like that.
You're not
size.
being shocked.
Well, yeah, but you
They
know,
eat sperm whales.
I mean, who else ate the whale when you got evidence of whales being eaten?
Who? When did we have evidence of whales being eaten?
They haven't
I
seen
thought
giant octopus
Megalodon.
or giant squids that often. There's like
No.
two
They're too
instances.
deep.
I think they actually just recently saw one for the first time in like 20 years.
Are
or
they
something.
like the size of a school bus? Because a sperm whale is the size of a school bus.
I don't know exactly how long they are.
They're
but
longer
they're
than you?
Huge.
and they got an eyeball as
Huge
I
big as that.
appreciate that. That
huge
made me feel
eyeballs.
skinny. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, because you're a small girl.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that's
You're
Are
so
you
so tiny.
flirting? I'm gonna have to tell my boyfriend.
Ted has a
I'm
crush
gonna
on
call-
Cutie Cinderella.
I
Huge.
don't. I think she's a fucking asshole.
Wow.
God.
So your mom was going across the bridge,
Yeah, she was going. She was terrified.
right?
But I was like, I think.
But I gave her some of these. I'm gonna come get ya, and she
yeah.
ran.
And she was like, no. No, I don't know if it was me pressuring her to do it. I think that she really wanted to be able to do it because she knew she was the one who brought it up and she had made the whole itinerary. You know, I was like,
Oh, that's nice.
It was basically like the agreement was like, because she's been to Ireland like a few other times, and so
Yeah.
she knows Ireland. And I was like, I'm gonna pay for this trip. I'll cover everything, and then, but I knew that she would want to make the itinerary. You know, so I was
Right.
like, so she made the whole thing. So I think that she wanted to be a part of it and go across the bridge, and she did. I got a video
Aw.
of her like going across it, and she was like really scared, but she fucking did it, and I was very
Sick.
proud
Pop
of her.
off, mom.
Yeah, so that was a really
Hell
good
yeah.
memory seeing her do that and like conquer the fear and have that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like a really healthy relationship you have with your mother.
yeah,
Wow, good for you.
yeah. We argued a little bit on the drive because like she
She was being a bitch.
Oh well, I guess it's probably because we're similar, but like she has a very strong, like belief on like it was just like with directions, like we were
Right.
getting really on each other's case about the directions, but because we did a road trip around,
Oh,
That's
cool.
drove on the left side of the road.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Yeah,
That would f me up.
it was fun though. It was a blast.
Very nice.
Well, this has been a blast, Ted.
Yeah, are we?
We're
done
at
on
our
time?
hour.
Wow, man, we talked about a bunch of
I know,
fucking.
but we're gonna go to Patreon and we're gonna talk more.
no,
Okay, can I
we have
pee?
a surprise
Yes.
for Ted on the
Okay.
Patreon.
We do have a surprise.
Okay, because I've been for the last like 20 minutes. I've been
I have to pee
been like
so bad.
You had to
I'm
pee.
like, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to shout anything out to the YouTube, or you just want to
Oh,
go pee?
come listen to my podcast.
There you
Take
go.
It Easy.
Yes,
it's a
he's
new
got a podcast.
with my best friend Tucker, and we talk about everything that's on our mind about taking it easy. It's way fucking better than this podcast.
It's because of my dog.
It is way better because we don't have a fucking creature giving people poison damage that they met for the first time.
Cute.
Okay, that dog gives you one lick, and you're like, "Why is my hand got a hole in it?" Because they licked you, poison damaged dog.
Like and subscribe, but come to the Patreon if you want to see our surprise for Ted.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.